right now. They're 4th in the West. Stop taking notes.
When I'm in a meeting, I open this app called Q. Press the record button to start recording everything, and once it's done, the magic happens. It provides a full, precise transcription along with a clear, well-structured summary and key points all formatted perfectly for me. I didn't have to jot down anything. Everything I need is right here. This is hands down the best app I've tested for meeting notes. Try it out. It's super easy to share with your team.
How do we stop it?
We need someone who can code in COBOL.
What's COBOL?
It's a job for sponsor jobs. Indeed can help you get it right the first time. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
What's the fix here?
I think they've hit their ceiling. And I think they've hit their ceiling because they don't have a point guard. And that's really what this comes down to. The point guard was so important to the Houston Rockets that I came into this season saying, had Fred VanVleet not gone down, I would have had them as a title favorite. Because that's how much I believe in who they have and what they can do if you have a point guard, if you have a floor general. And it's inexplicable to me why they didn't go out and make sure they got a point guard throughout this entire season. Last night was an aberration. We all know that Kevin Durant, 2 points in the fourth quarter, 20% shooting. That's not who he is. That's not something that we can grow accustomed to. You know, that's just an aberration. I'm not going to sit there. 6 turnovers in the second half, 2 points, 20% shooting in the entire second half. This is Kevin Durant we're talking about here. That is clearly an aberration. That's not him. But when you don't have a point guard and you have to take it upon yourself to be a floor general, not just a scorer, that's not what Kevin Durant's game is all about. So that's definitely problematic for him. There's no doubt about it. But when you also look at Houston, I'm looking at, and listen, Giroux didn't play last night. You got to remember that as well. So that factors into the equation. But ultimately, you look at the Houston Rockets, you know, the game slows down in the postseason. And you have to have floor generalship. And maybe CP3 would not have wanted to go or whatever. He might have wanted to stay in California because he had every intent of retiring. But my God, I mean, when you think about a floor general and what that would have meant to the Houston Rockets, somebody to run the point guard spot, a CP3 is somebody that I think could have done something for them. I really, really believe that. And so they didn't do that. Getting back to the Lakers, let's say this. Did y'all know that LeBron James at age 41 years of age in his 23rd season is leading the NBA in fast break points? Leading the NBA in fast break points. LeBron James. Okay, I mean, let's put that in its proper perspective. And props to him because he seems to be having a little bit more pep in his step.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. Here's Champagnie. Outside, Fox. It's hauled in by Doncic. Here's Hachimura. Back to LeBron. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul. LeBron left side. Reeves outside. Clock at 4. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Here's Champagnie. Here's Fox. Great D that time from LeBron.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
Goes up the baseline. San Antonio with the rebound.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Wasted no time on that one.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
And it's Doncic missing. Fox looking it over. Can't cash in from close range. Reeves right side to the inside. And it's Ayton missing. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. The Spurs shooting their first foul shot of the game. And that one misses. Here's Fox. From 12 feet out. And the shot is long. James in the high post. And Ayton throws it down.
Talk about perfect execution. Ayton on the same page with his man there.
Here's Fox. Up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fox has got his second basket.
This is the thing about Fox. He has the length to do damage on the inside.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Lakers trail by 5. On the wing, Reeves. No good from outside. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. Harper's shot's good.
Not an area you want to allow Harper to get to. He may be a rookie, but he can finish like a seasoned veteran.
Fox with it. Defended by Reeves. That one goes in. Wembanyama's got 5 now.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Fox goes in. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
It's the speed of the Aaron Fox that is just so tough to match.
Reeves outside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Outside, Fox. Barnes outside. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Hachimura. Barnes can't get it to go. And so Doncic will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 9 points.
Looking confident inside. At 6'8", Hachimura is more than capable of inflicting some damage down there.
Here's James. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
So they can move forward with some of a superior. The Chiefs hold, but I think between Road Range and CM Punk received mixed reviews from fans also from
What do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given
received mixed reviews from fans on social media, and it's easy to see why. The Pacers tried way too hard to be edgy and intense, and Punk being called old was the line that sent him over the edge and forced him to put his hands on Reigns. When SmackDown's WrestleMania main event has Randy Orton leaving Cody Rhodes in a bloody mess, the Reigns and Punk story naturally is inferior. WWE still has 4 editions of Raw left, so hopefully they're able to pick up the pace.
From the line, missing their only other.
And number 3, women's WrestleMania feuds. For the majority of women's feuds on Raw heading into WrestleMania, we don't feel like major programs. The feud between Liv Morgan and Stephanie McMahon has lost its spark extremely quickly, and Io Sky is now suddenly feuding with Raquel Rodriguez. The women's division really needs compelling storylines, and they're seriously being let down by the WWE creative team right now. There's nothing downright ugly, but whilst the Raw product isn't exactly abysmal, it wouldn't be fair to call it great either. The show just doesn't feel like WrestleMania level Raws. This is a major issue. There's a lack of compelling angles on the show, and names such as Cody Rhodes suggesting that WWE fans may be in store for a sleeper mania. That suggests that the talent are fully aware that the build has been subpar. What do you guys think of the Red Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. That first story looks like WWE have lost their minds. Now the top story today looks at WWE's latest identity crisis as they've once again changed up the WrestleMania graphics. During Raw, new graphics were debuted for CM Punk vs Roman Reigns, and they're now already being labeled by fans as the worst graphics yet. The graphics look poorly put together, and the world title appears to be poorly photoshopped on Punk. WWE has now changed the WrestleMania graphics a total of 5 times in the space of 2 weeks. This is terrible, as graphics should be locked in for the biggest show of the year, but WWE just can't decide on what style to go with. Weirdly, they would also switch the graphic styles for the 2 respective main events last night, which heavily implies that WWE are considering switching up which match main events the biggest show of the year. There were some murmurings backstage that the ones who are frustrated are to do with WWE's production. We can see why, as WWE really doesn't have a clear plan on what to go with. Okay, we know some fans may not believe changing graphics is an issue, but it does ultimately reflect how chaotic WWE is right now. The WrestleMania card has changed multiple times over the past 6 months, so it's rather symbolic that WWE is going through a crisis when it comes to these crucial elements of their presentation. Next up, who Randy Orton was talking to. Another week in WWE, another mystery to solve. Now that the Masked Man mystery is over, WWE has moved forward with a new angle, this time focused on Randy Orton. During a segment of Raw, Orton was on the phone, and he said he was reminded by this individual that he was a killer, and that wrestling has more than one royal family. But in relation to who this individual could be, there are 3 options rumored right now. The first being Cowboy Bob Orton. This seems like the most likely at this stage. Bob Orton has been involved in numerous Orton angles over the years. It makes sense if his famous father is introduced in the storyline in some capacity. Number 2, The Rock. Probably the most popular suggestion is The Rock. Could Orton be now working for the final boss? The history between The Rock and Cody Rhodes is well documented, so could Orton have sold his soul to the final boss? The idea has a ton of potential, as Orton and The Rock are both third-gen wrestlers, so them working together makes a lot of sense. It's unclear if The Rock is going to be involved in the storyline, but he tends to get involved when the ticket sales are down, and they are down right now. And number 3, Aleister Black. Randy Orton and Aleister Black had a mini feud on television before Orton's heel turn. Black was certainly planting the seeds for Orton's change in attitude. It will come as a shocking turn to see Black revealed as the mastermind behind the whole thing. It'd be an exciting and unique way to use Black on SmackDown. The only issue is that fans are set on the mystery name being a legend, so there may be some disappointment if Black ends up being the mystery man. Who do you guys think it is? Next up, did you notice Brock Lesnar went off script? Well, Brock Lesnar went all out to make Oberfemi look like an unstoppable monster on Raw. This extended to him even breaking character at one point and going off script. Once Lesnar was selling on the mat, he directly informed Femi to stand on his chest. It's been theorized that either Femi forgot his cue or Lesnar went off script and wanted to put Femi over in the biggest way possible. This instantly drew comparisons to a segment between Lesnar and Drew McIntyre back in 2020, as this segment saw Lesnar remind McIntyre to hold the WWE title high in the air. This was a very cool moment, and now Lesnar vs Femi is now set for WrestleMania, and hopefully the match is given enough time to deliver the goods. Next up, the truth behind Brock Lesnar's booking. Last week, a report surfaced stating that Brock Lesnar has refused to lose on WWE programming any time before his planned retirement match. Whilst this report certainly raised some eyebrows, it's now been reported that isn't correct. The HSP podcast, as well as other sources, have now stated that Lesnar is all about doing business and he would never refuse to lose. Brock Lesnar has never requested to go over or placed any demands to WWE about not losing until his retirement match. There's nothing official on when his final match will be, although his current deal ends around SummerSlam. Brock is all about doing business and making money. It was evident just based on how Lesnar sold for Femi last night, just how invested he is into the feud. Lesnar's always been extremely giving as a performer, having put over names such as Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Next up, what was supposed to happen on Raw? Now it seems that the segment between Roman Reigns and CM Punk on Raw was slightly altered from its original plan. According to backstage reports from Body Slam, WWE initially intended for a much darker, much more controversial direction during the promo exchange between the two. On Raw, Reigns responded to Punk's earlier personal remarks, particularly those referencing his late father, with verbal jabs, including calling Punk old, which actually escalated the feud and led to a physical confrontation. However, the original creative plan was reportedly far more aggressive. Reigns was said to be scripted to fire back at Punk with a deeply personal remark involving Punk's dog Larry. For reasons unknown, WWE or Punk himself ultimately decided to scrap this idea and go with a toned-down version instead. We're kind of unsure why this actually didn't happen. This is a WrestleMania feud and it needed to be turned up a notch. I mean, Punk said comments about Roman Reigns going too far. What do you guys think? Next up, a WWE star suffered an entire malfunction last night. The two El Grande Americanos went head-to-head on Raw last night. However, for the original El Grande Americano, things didn't go quite to plan. When El Grande hit the diving headbutt off the top rope,
this is what would happen to you if you took 2 capsules of Brasilia oregano oil and black seed oil every day for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, his attire split at the last moment, revealing quite a little too much. The answers confirms it, El Grande Americano is Trish Stratus. Next up, a shocking new Vision member. What can the Vision be about to have a new member? What if you're paying close attention on Raw? Also, we could be seen throwing the vaccine to bring in the background. As we all know, WWE loves to tease future angles in backstage segments. Also, outside of the box, but a female member of the group could bring in new life into the faction, and that actually makes a ton of sense. Debray is the arch nemesis of Becky Lynch, and her husband Seth Rollins is currently feuding with the stable. Maxine also appeared on Logan Paul's podcast last week, so there's certainly a lot to explore if WWE goes down this route. Next up, concern for LA Knight. We're only just 4 weeks away from WrestleMania, and as things stand, LA Knight still doesn't have a spot on the card. Seeing as Knight is one of the most popular names in the entire company, there are zero excuses as to why this has occurred. LA Knight vs Gunther is an option, but this seems rather random and doesn't make a lot of sense right now. One option WWE could explore could be to have LA Knight and Seth Rollins team up to challenge the Vision. But this depends on the medical status of Bron Breakker, as Breakker vs Rollins is reportedly the plan for WrestleMania. Next up, Dominic Mysterio is injured again. But sadly, Dominic Mysterio is injured again. Mysterio only recently returned from injury, but now he finds himself in concussion protocol in WWE. According to the Wrestling Observer, Mysterio was set to take on Dragon Lee on Raw, but the match was scrapped due to his medical status. Dominic Mysterio is not medically cleared. Brian Alvarez is reporting that the original match set for Raw was Dominic Mysterio facing Dragon Lee. However, it turned into an Intercontinental title match between Penta and Dragon Lee due to Mysterio possibly suffering a concussion. WWE thankfully takes concussions and head injuries extremely seriously, and this is definitely the correct move. However, with that being said, we here at WrestleMania wish Mysterio a speedy recovery. And finally, Ricochet goes too far. Our final story today looks at a recent post from Ricochet on X, as some fans believe that the AEW heel has gone way too far.
Ricochet was once again engaging with war words with fans on social media yesterday, and he proceeded to poke fun at a fan with MS. This certainly crossed the line, and many fans are calling on Ricochet to formally apologize to the fans. It's apparent that the social media hate is getting to Ricochet, and he take to X to say, it's so hilarious that the amount of little bitches who have tweeted and wished harm on me was way even vile things to me and my wife. People who try to make fun of me every day. Those same little bitches can't take it when I do it back to people. Effing pussies everywhere. Ricochet is a heel, and obviously aiming death threats to both him and his wife is completely going too far. However, it's probably in his best interest to take a step back from social media, as it's clearly upsetting him. What do you guys think of the situation? Did he go too far? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
And here's Smith. Jacks up a three. Drills it from outside. Smith's got the first points of the second half here for Los Angeles. Hazel right side.
Taxes is chasing updates and getting nowhere. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you.
Takes the assist and lays it in.
Stop keeping you in business.
Nicely.
So you can keep chasing this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Intimate TurboTax.
Game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
For years, I felt stuck between long hours at work and the daily grind. I just didn't have the time or energy to focus on my health.
Until I found Killer Act. They offer a compound version of the Nba2k, which helps manage my appetite and my blood sugar. It makes managing weight so much easier. I had an online consultation, and the treatment just shut about my door.
Killer Act didn't just help me lose weight. It gave me tools to feel better in my own skin.
It's not like yo-yo dieting. It's all about long-term results. Gotta hear about Killer Act.
Protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And here is Los Angeles now.
So I'm going to let you know a little secret. Watching Monday Night Raw and to start things off with Seth Rollins and the masked men coming around, and I've been trying to figure out what this reminds me of, and I figured it out. It is from Power Rangers, and it's the Putty, or from Ninja Turtles, it's the Foot Clan. One of those two things is what it reminds me of, where you have these guys running around the ring, and they're moving, and they're ducking and diving everywhere, and they're looking around, circling, but they're doing a whole lot of nothing. There's a lot of hand movement. So with that starting off Monday Night Raw, it's very interesting. So he's still injured, or they're not letting him wrestle or interact with anybody, but he's got his masked men, and then Paul Heyman comes out. I love Paul Heyman's whole demeanor in this. Did you take like chili pepper and just cram it into his eyeball? Because he hadn't shaved, he's all broken down. One eye is fine, and the other one is blistering red. I really like this because then you have it Paul Heyman call out Brock Lesnar to help him to go and destroy Seth Rollins. The buddies of the Foot Clan, they run around and they start going after Brock. Brock is absolutely decimates everybody. Seth's doing a whole lot of nothing. It's a little bit odd. Like, I know that Seth isn't going to get physical in any of this, but if Brock's trying to get after him, Seth just like rolled out of the ring and that was the end of it. Brock should have just come right for Seth and beat him down or had some physical moment in my eyes. But anyway, I really did enjoy Brock. Really, like some guys with danger, man. Oh my God! Takes up total and steps to the barricade. He wasn't soft with them. I like how quick this opening segment was for Raw. Instead, it led to Obafemi coming out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a secret, Obafemi is over. That crowd, they got the Oba chants going. Big time. Brock Lesnar's expression too, I think Brock did a great job with this segment. He wasn't just chilling and shuffling around. I love that he decimated everybody, but I also love how he reacted with Oba coming down. Then he seemed kind of nervous, and he wasn't feeling as dominant over Obafemi. Oba hit Brock with a fall from grace. It looks great. The crowd went nuts. The announcers did a great job selling it. Even Brock, you can kind of see him there telling Oba, put your foot on me. He points to the WrestleMania sign. So this open challenge thing is very much over. That lasted one whole week, didn't it? Brock showed up, dealt with Seth. Oba comes out, challenges him. I'm glad they did it this way. Because I said this probably last week too. I'm like, you know what? You need to set up Oba and Brock. Don't come out and have different challengers every week to then lead to Oba in the final week They've got a couple of weeks now. Brock can attack Oba. They can have a real program. So I'm glad that they kind of ditched the idea of this open challenge. It answers almost immediately. Let's move on to this program at WrestleMania. Now you can build something. It's like you got Brock coming on TV virtually every week. Set this thing up. Let's do some backstage brawl. Let's get these guys bloodied up. But here's my question mark for all of you. Is Oba going to lose, or is Oba going to win? On paper, I'm saying Oba wins. Oba should win. Oba should really surprise everybody, I think, at WrestleMania and beat Brock in decisive fashion. Fall from grace like twice, and he beats Brock Lesnar. That's what I want to have happen. But from all the rumblings everywhere on the internet and the world, it sounds like they don't want to have Brock, or Brock doesn't want to lose until his retirement. And I kind of worry that what we see for several weeks now going to Mania is the back and forth between him and Oba. Oba looking strong consistently over Brock Lesnar, only for Brock to win at Mania. I can see them doing that. Giving Oba these dominant moments on TV every week, but when it comes time for the match, Brock wins. I don't want that. I want Oba to win. Let's establish a new star. I'm telling you, that pop he got was tremendous with the crowd. I think you gotta roll with the hot hand. That's what you need to do. Hey, but before we get into the next part, I want to thank today's sponsor. Flavored Air is becoming one of the most popular and leading alternatives to vaping and smoking. It's a brand new category, and it's helping so many people kick a bad habit. And Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. It draws flavor to your mouth. It actually tastes really good because you got so many different flavors to be able to choose from. Cinnamon heart, spicy mint, sparkling grapefruit, orange vanilla, and so many more. I'm somebody that has a lot of anxiety and I fidget a lot when I'm sitting here working. Fume helps me with that. The snaps, the clicks, the dials on the actual device itself. It's awesome. It looks great. It's sleek. I love just having it on my desk. There's no batteries. You'll never have to charge it at all either. There's non-toxic flavors too. It's great. It's a guilt-free alternative to utilize. I like it too because I'm sitting in my home and there is no vapor and there's also no nicotine, which is awesome. If you're ready to break the habit, now's a great time to try Fume. Right now, when you grab a Journey Pack, you'll get a free Fume topper just for using my code Assemble Wrestling. The Fume topper adds a soft, replaceable, chewable mouthpiece. Even your mouth suffering Fume when cravings hit. Grab this offer while it's available, so head to tryfume.com. That's TRYFUM.com and use code Assemble Wrestling to get your free Fume topper with your Journey Pack. I want to thank Fume again for supporting the channel. They're doing a great partner. I don't want to go through every single thing that happened on Monday Night Raw. I just want to make sure highlights with you. Because a lot of it's going to speak to the new WrestleMania matches that are basically confirmed. Not confirmed, but they're going to happen. And Bayley versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental title. This I thought was going to end up in a walk during the match. I thought Becky was going to come out during this thing to cost AJ the IC title. That didn't happen. I thought the match was pretty good. A little bit, for me, too much of let's go for the counter constantly. It didn't feel too fluid for what the match was. AJ doesn't wrestle all done, but you had somebody great in Bayley to kind of counter and carry the match a little bit more in my eyes. But AJ Lee gets the victory. She retains the IC title. By all accounts, Bayley's not going to WrestleMania, but we find out later what's really going to happen. So Becky Lynch comes down, beats up AJ Lee. Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, their final encounter. Now, for me, this seems pretty obvious that this is going to happen. That's not a bad thing. I mean, you've got some stories to tell. This is one of them. You kind of expected this to happen, and that's a good thing, because I want to see what different approach they can take to a final match. Will they make it Hell in a Cell? Will they make it a submission match? Will they do something different for Mania? And, the way to figure it for me, I can see Becky winning that belt. Or, if AJ retains at WrestleMania, because they want to have big pop, do a good moment, maybe Becky gets it back at like Backlash. Because I just don't see AJ Lee being around all year long. Probably going to have a short run with this stuff. But I'll touch on it now. It does seem like Bayley, she didn't win the Intercontinental title, talking to Lyra backstage, and it feels like now they're going to be going after the women's tag team titles, and I'm happy about this because they were interrupted with the Kabuki Warriors. You've got Flash and Nia, Nash over there, they got the belts. The fellas are also going to be in the mix. They're having the match on SmackDown. Bliss, Charlotte, they're involved. I think we're going to get this giant multi-woman tag team match at WrestleMania. I'm here for it. I've been waiting to see what they can do with this. I thought it was going to be good with volume. It was going to be just a straight up, team versus team tag team match, particularly just the Bellas, only because they just showed up and they were like kind of baby faces on the first time they came out, and then they disappeared, and then they got back. Shout out to the Red Lee and Penta Intercontinental title match. This is a banger.
Penta retained the title, but oh my goodness, I love that finish. So go rewatch this match if you didn't already, because I thought it was just tremendous. But here's the, I guess, the negative, the critique I have for it. You got no story for Penta. Penta's the Intercontinental Champion, and he's got no program 30-ish days away from WrestleMania. It's a bummer. And I know they dropped the title off Dawn because they're going to do some dollar story day. They weren't on TV this week. Gonna hopefully get things heated up next week. But with Penta, this guy would have a real program. You just put in a lot of hot hands. You put in maybe Penta and Dragon Lee, and yeah, maybe the Grande Americano.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle, and he was worried that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication and that has led to breakdowns, violent shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Maybe you just get them up at any line. Get a 5-way Intercontinental ladder match. You make it tremendous. Sometimes that's all you need for them to just cook, as the kids say. I'm not the kid.
Well, if you don't know, run your business is how you do it. Try it with a free dispatch.
Lakers leading by 6.
Oh my God, something happened. Some bad turning. We protect each other for whatever life goes on.
Oh, the slam dunk.
There are so many ways Hachimura gets the job done.
Outside, Fox. And he gets that one to go.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses
As well.
having their
But
way.
this is Gills Reed presenting my underdog. I'm merely a host, Josiah Johnson. We got NBA legend and Arc Raiders player Gilbert Arenas here with us. Arc Raiders most wanted. I heard you have a bounty on your head. I've got a video. You have a bounty of $1 million. Real money for Arc Raiders. Okay. Arc Raiders. It's the highest that Arc Raiders have seen. And I get why. I'll pretend that I'm friendly and just shoot everybody in the back. He says before. Arc imitating like he is. So, and then, so they've been coming. And let me just let y'all know. I was at 497 on Friday, and now I'm at 807. So that means y'all been dropping like flies. So that bounty has to go up just a little bit. Good luck. Good luck trying to collect.